In this video I'll show you where all the bosses are in Sailor Peace on Roblox and what the drops are. Subscribe, hype, like, and watch until the end to understand this guide properly. In Sailor Peace, farming bosses is the core of late game progression because that is where you get the strongest swords, melee specs, accessories, titles, and rare crafting materials. But bosses are important at every stage, not just endgame, and I will break down how they work, where they spawn, and how to farm them smart instead of randomly running around. First, understand how boss drops work. You must deal at least 10% of a boss HP to qualify for loot. There is also a pity system that guarantees a rare drop every 25th boss kill. A smart strategy is to defeat 24 easy bosses quickly, then kill the boss you actually need loot from as your 25th to trigger the guaranteed rare drop. Now let's separate bosses into categories. Open world bosses spawn naturally and usually respawn about every 5 minutes. On a private server, you can rotate between them and farm regular mobs in between respawns. Jinwoo spawns on Sailor Island and drops items like Abyss Edge, Dark Ring, Shadow Heart, Jinwoo Cape, and the Shadow Monarch title. Alucard also spawns on Sailor Island and drops Soul Amulet, Kasul, Blood Ring, Alucard Coat, and the Vampire King title. On Shibuya Station, you can farm Yuji, who drops Energy Core, Flash Impact, Divergent Pulse, Yuji Hair, and the Living Weapon title. Gojo also spawns there and drops Limitless Key, Void Fragment, Limitless Ring, Infinity Core, Gojo Blindfold, and the Honored One title. Sukuna drops Malevolent Key, Cursed Finger, Dismantle Fang, Crimson Heart, Sukuna Collar, and the Curse King title. In Hueco Mundo, Aizen drops Mirage Pendant, Illusion Prism, Ryatsu Core, Hogyoku Fragment, Aizen Haori, and the Manipulator title. Madoka on Valentine Island drops Divine Fragment, Sacred Bow, Radiant Core, Pink Gem, Ultimate Wings, and the Star Maiden title. Now spawnable bosses require items. On Boss Island, you can summon Saber using one boss key plus cash and gems. Saber drops the Saber Sword, Saber Armor, and Blade Master title. Chinsure requires 3 boss keys and drops Jade Tablet, Imperial Seal, Chinsure Blindfold, and King of Beginning title. Ichigo needs 5 boss keys and drops Soul Fragment, Spiritual Core, Soul Flame, Hollow Mask, and Soul Reaper title. Gilgamesh requires a Divine Grail and drops Throne Remnant, Ancient Shard, Golden Essence, Phantasm Core, Gilgamesh Armor, and Golden King title. On Shinjuku Island, Strongest of Today requires a Limitless Key and drops Reversal Pulse, 6-Eye, Blue Singularity, Infinity Essence, Gojo Haori, and Strongest Sorcerer title. Strongest in History requires a Malevolent Key and drops Awakened Cursed Finger, Vessel Ring, Malevolent Soul, Cursed Flesh, Divine Wheel, and Disgraced One title. On Slime Island, Rimuru requires a Slime Key and drops Sage Pulse, Tempest Seal, Slime Remnant, Slime Core, Slime Wings, and Demon Lord title. On Academy Island, Anos requires a Calamity Seal and drops Demonic Fragment, Demonic Shard, Destruction Eye, Imperial Mark, Anos Outfit, and Demon King title. Dungeon bosses only appear at certain waves inside dungeons. Shadow appears in the Sid dungeon and drops Umbro Capsule, Void Seed, Shadow Essence, Atomic Core, Shadow Cloak, and Eminence in Shadow title. Shadow Monarch appears in the Double Dungeon and drops Monarch Core, Monarch Essence, Kamish Dagger, Shadow Crystal, Monarch Armor, and King of Shadows title. Dungeon bosses also count toward your pity counter, which is useful for stacking before farming world bosses. Some bosses like Ragna are event exclusive and unavailable outside their seasonal window. To spawn bosses, interact with the boss summoner NPC or specific NPCs on certain islands. Most early bosses use boss keys, cash, and gems. Limitless Key drops from Gojo and Strong Sorcerer. Malevolent Key drops from Sukuna and Curse enemies. Divine Grail is crafted using 3 broken swords, and broken swords drop from enemies while using swords. Slime Key is crafted from slime shards dropped by slime warriors. Calamity Seal drops from Academy Teacher and rarely from enemies. Dungeon keys drop from chests, bosses, and merchants. If you want to farm boss keys efficiently, Go to a high-level island where you can one-shot enemies, or farm strong sorcerers and curse mobs on Shinjuku Island using Quake Fruit C move position between both spawn packs to clear them instantly. You can also get boss keys from chests or buy them from certain merchants. Finally, every boss kill gives boss tickets. You can spend these at the boss exchange on Boss Island to buy specific swords and melee specs as a soft pity system if RNG is not on your side. If you rotate bosses properly, use the pity system smartly, and farm spawn items efficiently, you will progress much faster than random grinding.